Alright, hey everybody, my name's Weston and this is Grinder Family Makes. Today we're going to be making one of my favorite cookies from my childhood, which is going to be pecan shortbread cookies. I'm going to go ahead and round up these puppies and let's head inside. Okay, so we're going to start off by whisking together 3/4 pound of room temperature butter with 1/2 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of lightly packed brown sugar. Now it's time to roll that beautiful bean footage. Look at that. We're going to use 1/2 of a vanilla bean, which is also known as the caviar of the trees. We're going to get that mixed right in there. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Get this scraped off clean, nice. And to go ahead and round out the vanilla flavor, we're going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extracts to this as well. Now we're going to go ahead and add pecans. There's 3/4 cup of finely chopped pecan, and then for texture, there's another 1/4 cup of a more coarsely chopped pecan. Our recipe calls for 3.5 cups of flour. And we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of salt before we forget, and then to that we're going to add about half of our sifted flour mixture, and then we're going to use this spatula, this rubber spatula we have here, to kind of cut in the flour into this butter mixture. We don't want to like overwork it or over mix it and get it too chewy or raw, because the gluten will start to form, but then we want to just kind of chop it in there. Once we get that ready, we're going to add the other half of our flour, sifted flour, and we're going to continue that same chopping process, folding and chopping, and it's going to look a little bit dry, but over time, as you work it, it will start to become ready. Once it gets to a consistency where you can kind of pack it and it will hold its shape, it's ready to go. Turning it out on this plastic can be a little bit tricky. Your main goal here is to try and keep it center on the plastic and kind of evenly distributed as best as possible. I'm going to do my best here to keep it all center in this plastic. You can double up on your plastic and make it wider if you need to. It's a little bit easier to handle, but I'm going to go ahead and risk it here. I'm spreading it out. It looks a little bit dry and crumbly, but as long as you did your test right and you mix everything, it'll come together. Okay, once you've gotten it kind of figured out and all squared away there, you're going to want to form it into a block. At this point, you can't really overwork it, so just kind of form it into as long of a block as you need, but it's going to be about 3 inches wide and 2 inches tall, and then you can cut that in half with the serrated. Well, I'm going to be putting it into the refrigerator, so I want it to be cut in half. Let's throw that in. And about 30 minutes, we're going to bring it back out. I'm going to get this guy out of its wrapper and ready for the next step. In the meantime, the other one I'm going to take and shrink wrap and throw that guy in the freezer. We're going to take an egg wash here. This is just our basic egg wash, and rub it on nice and generously. Get that thing fully coated, all 3 sides, top and the other 2 sides. This mixture here is good and delicious. It's made up of this stuff right here. Now I'm going to take this and sprinkle it generously over the egg wash, getting it nice and covered. And once I get the top covered there, I'm going to sprinkle a good amount on the side on the board itself. That way I can roll this onto its side there and then continue on this side and making sure to get all the sides covered. And then I'm going to put on a little bit more egg wash on the bottom and repeat that step. Alright, that looks good. So we're going to take this now, get our pan. You don't have to worry about greasing it. They should come off just fine. But we're going to cut them in about 3/8 of an inch or about a 1/2 inch pieces. And then we're going to space them about 2 inches apart. They're not going to puff up or spread out very much. They're a shortbread cookie. They don't have any leavening or anything in it. So they'll be fine. Then these go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20-25 minutes, and there you have it. Beautiful and delicious. Thank you guys so much. Let us know how you liked them in the comments below, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.